Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Unfiltered commentary. And that's your truth, the real truth. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for your support. Hi, welcome back from the Daily Wire. I subscribe to the Daily Wire. I get zero money for promoting it, so don't think that I do. It's a good site. It's got a lot of great videos. I suggest you check it out and maybe even subscribe. Let's get on with the next story. Governor Whitmer claims layer of misogyny behind threats, criticisms against her. I gotta tell you, I used to think when Trump was first running and then right after he won and through the nightmare of his 4 years, and I don't mean a nightmare because he was president, I mean a nightmare because the progressive leftists were former Democrats and turned into whack jobs. But I got to tell you, Governor Whitmer, I used to think these people just did it for political stuff. I'm 50-50 now on these people who just completely lost it. I mean, maybe they're starting to believe their own BS. I really don't know. I mean, they believe the world is flat, and nothing you say or do will convince them otherwise. Let's read on. Democratic Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer on Sunday discerned a layer of misogyny in the threats and criticisms leveled against her and female members of administration. How about the fact that what you've done is bat crap crazy? What you've done, lockdown, draconian lockdowns, you really had no authority to do. You didn't. Not without the approval of the state legislature, and even then I doubt if they were constitutional. Appearing Sunday on Face the Nation, Whitmer responded to a clip that host Margaret Brennan played of Michigan GOP Chairman Ron Wesser recently called Whitmer, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel, and Michigan Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, three witches who needed to be burned at the stake politically. Yeah, it's probably a crappy thing to say, but it's not that outrageous. Brennan also quoted Michigan State Majority Leader Mike Shirkey, who recently bragged in a secret video that the GOP had spanked Whitmer on the budget appointments and other things. Shirkey was met with the accusation of sexualizing Whitmer with such comments. People use that in sports all the time. We spanked them. There's nothing to do with sexuality and misogyny. And oh my God, these people are whacked. Yeah, it was a weird thing to say. It's not that weird. They both apologized, Brennan noted, but do you think there should be repercussions for misogynistic, threatening remarks like this? So if a scientist comes up with the formula for cold fusion, which will transform the economy of the world, if the guy's a dick and he says some really crappy things or even borderline crappy things that you stretch over the line into crappy, then the rest of it doesn't count. It makes no sense at all. Well, when you say they both apologize, I don't know whom they apologize because I haven't heard from them. Oh, yeah, he wants them to kiss her ring, said Whitmer, who broadcast a well-decorated room that included a needlepoint throw pillow of Dr. Anthony Fauci. You're going to see here. This is really creepy. I can tell you, though, that sadly, in this moment, there have been a lot of death threats. Yeah, you've pissed off millions of people. What did you expect? You know, I've been threatened all the time here in my store. I just recently sold it. I'm packing up my business after 23 years. Yeah, you get crap all the time. People just get mad. It's not 99.999% of it is just people pissed. I can tell you this, though, Sally. At this moment, there have been a lot of death threats. We know that there was a plot to kidnap and kill me, death threats against me and my family. Yeah, there's always going to be the outlying nut bars. I mean, come on. It's different when I'm confronting them what some of my male counterparts are. So, yes, I think there is a layer of misogyny here that every woman in leadership has been confronting and dealing with to some extent. Well, it happens all the time. You're pissed off at a guy, he used the B word. B-A-S-T-A-R-D. You're pissed off at a woman, you use the B-I-T-C-H word. It has nothing to do with the fact that you're a woman. They're just pissed because of your policies and how many millions of lives you've ruined. Ruined. How many people have died in nursing homes in Michigan? I don't live in Michigan. I live in upstate New York. I'm sure the locals know better than I. I don't have time, though, to focus on that or go punch for punch. Yeah, she does. That's all she talks about. That way deflects from her ridiculous policies and illegal crackdowns that she's done in her state. I'm not going to do that. I got a job to do, and it is helping me get my state through this, helping get our economy back on track. You destroyed it. Supporting the American Jobs Plan that helps us both of these things, and that's why we're going to stay focused. Now, here she is in the Washington Examiner's good website, by the way, if you want to go to it. Giving the interview on Face the Nation, and there's the pillow there with Dr. Fauci. Now, I got to say, it's really good work. It's intricate work. It's done really well. But I think that's creepy as hell. And then to promote it like that on a national news interview is, I don't know. Maybe it's a cult-like following. I really don't know what's happened to these people. Maybe they were like that before and nobody really noticed. Or between them spazzing out over Trump is, oh my God, the sky is falling. The country is being taken over by a dictator. And their backcrap crazy leftists and progressive views. And then you add COVID on top of that. I wonder, did they just snap? But it's like millions of people. Millions. Did Trump derangement syndrome morph into something else when COVID hit? I really don't know. I'm not a shrink. Whitmer was a target of an alleged kidnapping plot that led to arrest of a group of individuals last October. As reported in the Daily Wire on March 30th, a Monday judge decided to give the trial forward that will go forward for 3 men that are suspected in plotting to kidnap, and you can read the details there. I won't go into details like that. And 2 of the 3 of the men are already facing charges. There's federal, there's state charges, there's other people involved, and you're going to get your outlying whack jobs. There's a lot of outlier whack jobs on the left. Believe me, way higher percent than the right. But people are people. There's flat earthers that are right wing too. Extremism on any side is not good. Unless you have extremism on economic development, then I'll go along with it. But it's crazy. I used to think that they knew it was all BS, and 99% of it was just simply politics. But I mean, I'm not criticizing her for this picture, even though look at the look on her, look in her eyes. These people are cult-like. It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen. Oh, it's unbelievable. I don't know. I was a Democrat my whole life. I'm 64 now. I left the party in 2013. I was a local elected official here in upstate New York in the early 2000s as a Democrat. My party the party I grew up with, I should say, and was most of my adult life, has disintegrated. It doesn't exist anymore. It's been taken over by these nut progressives and leftists that have just taken the Democrat Party, the party that used to care about free speech. Remember the Berkeley free speech protests back years ago, and blue collar workers and everyday workers, and now they've come into the party of they just believe that the earth is flat, that everything is racist and everything is misogynist, and this country sucks, and this whole history sucks, and the entire Constitution is evil, and we need to change it all so we can stay in power, and blah, 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 blah. My God, it's horrendous. It's horrendous. You call the new Georgia law worse than Jim Crow? Which is ironic because President Joe Biden's, one of his best buddies, was Robert Byrd. the lion of the Senate that was there for decades, and Hillary Clinton's mentor that tried to promote the rise of the Klan, I believe, in West Virginia. It was a member of the Klan, tried to bring himself up in the ranks in the Klan, and was a racist his whole life. I got to give them this, though. They've taken the Jim Crow Democrats that are the racists, and I believe the Democrats are the racists still. I just never knew it when I was one of them. And I learned, and I wised up. But anyway, they've taken that Jim Crow attitude, and they turned it, and they morphed it into, we are the protectors of non-white people and minorities. And meanwhile, they're not. It's the greatest sleight of hand ever in political history, I believe, in the world, but definitely in the United States. What a great sleight of hand. It was brilliantly done. I have to give it to them. And it convinced millions of people. Of course, even before the internet, when you have all of the cable channels, almost all, 90% of them, and all of social media as your, we'll call part of your army, part of your disinformation campaign, constantly promoting this, yeah, it makes that little twist of a lie much easier to pull off when you have all the help of everyone. It's the damnedest thing I ever saw. I wish these people well, I really do, but they need to go. They need to go. I wish them all the happiness that life will allow. I really do. But they're bringing the country down just to keep power, just to keep in charge. And these draconian lockdowns and all the other things they're doing, the misogyny and everything is about race, 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 gender, 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 sex, sex, sex. It's a crazy. And they're spiraling out of control. But the problem is, though, they're winning right now. And I don't know what's going to happen. Will it affect me in my life? No, I'm 64. It won't have that much of an effect on me if these morons win and take over everything permanently. But it'll affect my children who are in their 30s. And I have a granddaughter that's 2. Especially my granddaughter. Her life will be trashed. It won't be the America that the founders set up. And it's sad. And frankly, just doing things like these videos and talking to people in my store, and I'm on the local radio once in a while, trying to get the word out that this craziness is the only thing I can think of doing. So all of you out there, that conservative or even the normal Democrats that are left, you know this is crazy. You know this is wrong. Start to speak out. I know it's going to cost some. Their friendships, maybe even their job, maybe even a spouse or a girlfriend or boyfriend. I don't know. But we can't sit by anymore and watch these people turn into authoritarian monsters. I'm sorry. It's true. I take no joy in saying that. Believe me, I don't. And until next time, folks, goodbye and good luck.